the 250 main event from Las Vegas, Nevada. 20 riders going 20 laps. And oh, by the way, there's a title on the line as we take a look at the Suzuki starting grid. Reed and Carmichael, the two main players. Factor in Ernesto Fonseca and Tim Ferry. Then it's Heath Voss and Sean Hamlin. Larry Ward also in there. And Greg Schnell, Kyle Lewis, Joe Aloff, and the rest of the crew. Ricky Carmichael, the two-time defending champion. Chad Reed is number 22, just on the left side of your picture. He is the man who is trying to take away what Ricky rightfully believes is his, a third title. Chad Reed is a rookie from Australia on the Yamaha. Number 24 is Ernesto Fonseca. He also is a Honda rider. So really what you have is Honda and Yamaha doing battle. They say no team riding instructions have been given.
And there's Tim Ferry getting his instructions.
Exactly.
He is lined up just to the inside of Ricky, as Ricky's teammate Fonseca is lined up just to the inside of Reed. So the first corner is going to be interesting. The 30-second board has been up for a bit. It'll go sideways. At that point, it'll be a minimum of 5 seconds before that gate drops, and it's on.
20 laps of pure adrenaline from Las Vegas, Nevada, Sam Boyd Stadium. This is the final event of the Supercross year. Ricky Carmichael with a 10-point lead over Chad Reed, and the 30 board is sideways. And a great stop for all of our riders. Ricky Carmichael gets a little sideways at the 22. Chad Reed, who gets the whole shot. Ricky Carmichael on the inside, currently sitting in fourth.
Carmichael trying to stay out of trouble. He's got Heath Voss in there. You'd love to get around him and just have it be he and Chad out in front.
So Chad Reed rolls the dice and it comes up snake eyes. This time the double deuce is out in front. The Thunder from down under. Chad Reed, the rookie on the 250 series, has got himself a lead. Ricky Carmichael in third, and looks like he might pick up another position. But remember, folks, if Carmichael finishes in the top 5, the title is his.
Well, so far so good. He knows what to do from this position. He's been here a million times. What's killing him is to see Chad Reed getting away. But this isn't the night to go and really battle and prove who's the best. The best will be proved by who has the #1 plate at the end of the night. And if Carmichael stays anywhere near where he is right now, he's going to have it. That $1 million bonus check that goes with it.
Whoa, getting a little close, Ricky. I know folks at Honda right now are saying worked out magic, and here it is.
Beautiful move.
Carmichael squares it off. He'll get a quicker run out of the corner. And he gets past Voss, so here it is.
He's got to be nervous. With any blues surrounding him, he has no idea what their intentions are. He can only assume. And he was so glad. You can see how aggressive he was, too, to just try to get away. Now Larry Ward, also on a Honda, is getting around Heath Voss, so Ricky will be a touch more comfortable. And here comes Fonseca. This got a little close. That wasn't Voss doing anything on purpose. He was just taking his line, and Ricky was running out of room, but a beautiful move out of that corner. Set up this square off. Of course, Ricky knew Voss was going to cover the inside, dove back to the inside, and that was the end of that.
Meanwhile, Chad Reed, number 22 on board the Yamaha, is out in front. Ricky Carmichael in hot pursuit. What sweet revenge it would be for Carmichael to come back and beat Chad Reed cleanly to the podium and to the checkered flag. But as it stands right now, the battle may go to Reed, but the war will go to Carmichael.
Yeah, I think Carmichael would like to get up there and prove that he can run Chad's pace. Just jump right up in there and close the gap, finish right on his rear wheel. But I don't know if he wants to pass him. If I was Ricky, I wouldn't want to pass him because you never know what's going to come back. Chad and Ricky got together last week. Ricky ended up on the ground. He can't afford anything like that tonight, or he'll run out of the title.
So Chad Reed continues to lead this 20-lap affair. Ricky Carmichael comfortably in second. And I think right now, David, he is fighting a demon within. The demon that says, I am not going to take second to this guy for the 6th week in a row. But also the fact that he would really like to win the title.
Well, what's getting interesting is last week he was in a bit of a sandwich between Chad Reed and Chad's teammate, Tim Ferry, number 15. Who is in third now and starting to close on Carmichael. So he's in a Yamaha sandwich right now, and he better pin it. He better try to stay with Chad Reed out front. Here comes Carmichael over the triple. Chad looking back there going, man, I don't want to see that number 4 back there. That means I don't get a title.
As we saw in the 125, anything can happen right now. And Tim Ferry has moved into a very touchy situation as Carmichael comes through. It is Ferry and Voss, Yamaha teammates, points coming through.
So that last lap, Chad Reed a 55.6, Carmichael a 55.2, shaves off around about a half a second, and pulls away from Tim Ferry. So the fastest guy at the top three right now, that past lap, and maybe from here on out for a few laps, is Carmichael. Doesn't need to win it, Todd. If I was Ricky, I would say, forget it. I don't need to win. Just be nice to reel in Chad Reed.
There he is, number 22, your leader, Chad Reed. He has won 5 weeks in a row. He picked up the whole shot and the $1,500 that goes along with it. His second whole shot of the season and a perfect time to do it.
Look how close Carmichael is. Flirting with the edge of that loop section. When you run that close to the edge of the track and make a mistake, you don't have anywhere to go. Carmichael giving it all he's got through that corner to slungshot out of there. He's riding as hard as he can right now. He's not holding back on, oh, I'll just take a second. He's trying to get a close second and send a message to Chad Reed going, you know, you might have got these 6 races, but I got a title and I got your speed. Wait till next week.
Chad Reed has already won the THQ World Supercross GP by virtue of going over to Europe and racing the first 2 races. Ricky Carmichael right now poised to win the AMA Supercross Series title, and as David pointed out, a lot of money on the line, but I still think in the mind of number 4, Ricky Carmichael, he hates to take second, especially to Chad Reed.
Beautiful the way he's jumping into that corner. He jumps off that last jump, lands up in the berm, sitting down with his leg already out, ready for the corner. He is chopping off time of Chad Reed.
We'll step aside from Las Vegas. When we come back, more of the 250 main from Sam Boyd Stadium. Welcome back to Las Vegas as our leader in the 250 main is Chad Reed. Well, we talked about team riding. Timmy Ferry last week got into a bit of a skirmish with Ricky Carmichael, and I don't know if this is payback in the form of Ernesto Fonseca, but a Honda rider coming. Look at the back end of Fonseca dancing around, trying to get past the 4-stroke of Timmy Ferry, number 15, Ernesto Fonseca, the Honda rider, number 24.
Yeah, there he goes. Tim Ferry knew it, too. That was a beautiful move by Fonseca. And he may have a little bit of an advantage on this racetrack. Tim Ferry riding the big 4-stroke, a touch heavier, although those things have become so much more competitive than they were years ago. The first win by a 4-stroke ever was Doug Henry right here in Las Vegas back in 1997. And they've got a lot better since then, but I still think the 2-stroke is just a little bit more nimble on this tight track, and Fonseca is putting that to use right now.
Ernesto Fonseca now living in California, originally from Costa Rica. Timmy Ferry behind him trying to close the gap. And amazingly enough, as we look at number 22, Chad Reed, for the last 5 weeks, the podium, David, has been identical. It has been Reed, Carmichael, and Fonseca. And the reason for that is there's been so much attrition this year on the 250 Tour. Riders have been going down. A lot of talented riders like Pastrana we are not seeing.
Well, Chad Reed right here tripling his way into a corner before the big triple. Lapping Isaiah Johnson right there. Chad, every time Ricky comes in and gets a little bit faster lap like he did this past one by 1/10 of a second, Chad goes out, then gets it back again. So these guys just riding all out, trying to prove to each other who's got the speed heading into next weekend's outdoor races. Chad doing all he can, really. He's won the last 6 races. He's pretty much let Ricky know, hey, I got your speed now, and if it weren't for a couple of those rookie mistakes early in the season, title could have been mine. Looks like he's going to have to wait till next year now, but 04 is going to be good, Todd.
Larry Ward and Josh Demuth. Ward, number 10 on the Honda. Demuth on the Yamaha, number 43. This is the battle for 5th place right now. Everyone trying to move up just a little bit, and we don't take much of a break because as soon as this weekend's over, they start gearing up for the outdoor season.
Really surprised those guys were able to get around Nick Way. Just an off night for Nick Way. I know he's been battling the cold. He hasn't been really healthy, able to have his routine during the week, so his fitness is a problem. But you know, I thought he was getting a little bit better. He must not be really agreeing with the racetrack here and not riding his best.
Number 43 on the Yamaha, that is Josh Demuth, the 2-time Arena Cross champion. A little smaller format. The lap times were around 20 seconds, so he's not really out of his element here, just a quicker race. And Chad Reed, coming into this event, his plan for victory, get a whole shot and just do 20 good laps.
Now here's what happened in this. Now that they're starting to catch up to the back markers, with sometimes referred to as lappers, which isn't very nice, but they're getting lapped. Hey, Chad Reed's lap times went from, you know, 54s to 57. So This is where Chad could have a problem trying to get around the last rider, especially if he catches up to somebody on a Honda that wants to do anything weird out there. And Ricky may be able to close that gap a little bit.
Ricky right now having a battle of his own, getting past number 110 at Yamaha rider Hoffmaster. Carmichael, number 4, trying to maintain touch with Chad Reed. But remember, if Ricky stays in this position and Chad Reed wins, as much as it'll sting, Carmichael will still walk away with the number 1 plate and the title for this year.
Chad so steady through that whoop section. You just don't see his back end swapping around like some of the other guys. Fonseca coming through there, the back end was all over the place. Ricky struggles a little bit there towards the end. And you know, the thing about those whoop sections is you've got to go in there with a lot of speed, just attack them. As soon as you try to be a little bit careful or cautious through there, it doesn't work. So you hit another 1.5 foot of bump right there, and I don't care how good your suspension is, it's just tougher to do.
When we return to Las Vegas, Nevada, the conclusion of the 250 main from Sam Boyd Stadium. Welcome back to Las Vegas, as our leader in the 250 main is Chad Reed. We'll take a look at the Honda stopwatch there. You see the interval between the 2 laps. It is kind of settled right now. Ricky Carmichael was gaining for a while, and I have a feeling the folks at Yamaha were putting out the pit board. Don't rest just yet, Speedy Reedy. Get on the gas because Carmichael's coming. And Ricky, to his credit, has been riding a superb race. I think early on, David, he thought, you know what, I'm going to try to track him down, and now he's thinking, I need to ride safe.
Well, he doesn't have any pressure from 3rd place. Fonseca is so far behind Ricky right now that Ricky could actually dump it somewhere and get up and still hold on to 2nd. And he only needs to get 5th. So it would take a major mistake by Carmichael as Chad Reed continues to just hit every line. His balance is what I really like. Chad Reed's balance and his style. And he does things and just makes it look so much fun. He's all the way up over that plateau. Feet on the pegs through that corner. Up over the triple and just back that back end up into the corner again. Stays right on the top of those whoop sections. And that's where a lot of people think that, you know, Chad Reed has been able to do the most damage to Carmichael, is getting through those whoop sections better. It helps that he's a little bit taller, but I think they had their suspension set up possibly a little bit more dialed into that sections, and Ricky really struggled there, and that's where I think the momentum shifted, and Ricky lost an advantage, and man, Chad really took advantage of it. This guy is very clever, and I expect to see a lot of him in the future.
Well, Chad Reed, one thing I love about the kid, he says, I'm not a rider, I'm a racer. And he's all about racing, and he loves competition. But when the day's over, he almost as soon pick up a set of golf clubs and go out there and swing a little bit. But make no mistake about it, this kid loves to race, and he will give you every ounce out on the racetrack. Ricky Carmichael, the same kind of rider, and that's why he's had the success he's had. Right now, though, it's almost like it's a little bit of a shakeup. We've seen a great run by guys like Jeremy McGrath, but I think it's starting to show how this sport is evolving and exploding, and so many talented riders are coming on board. There's only room for one at the top, and Ricky, who's occupied that for the last 2 years, is now starting to feel the heat and the pressure of other great riders coming up.
Well, these guys, they both work so hard, and, you know, it really shows. Of course, there's an absence of quite a few riders that got hurt. But, you know, it seems like they practice not necessarily the hardest. There's a lot of riders out there that work hard, but they're doing the right things all during the week. They both have, seems like, the most determination to stay committed to their goals. And it's impressive that Chad was able to get up there and put a stop to Ricky's winning. It took Ricky a long time to get up in there and put a stop to the winning that McGrath enjoyed for nearly a decade. So Chad is very smart, his trainer. And I don't know, I think he's been able to get in Chad's head a little bit and teach him some things about winning and how to inflict a little bit of pain into your competitors. He's also worked with Lance Armstrong for 4 of these Tour de France wins. So Jeff, a big asset in Chad Reed's corner, and he's also helped Ricky Carmichael a little bit in the past. So Ricky knows that as well. And it's a mental game, really, between these two now. They both can ride fast, but it's having the rest of their deal all dialed in on the night.
This is the 250 main event from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Todd Harris along with David Bailey and Cameron Steele. And I'll tell you what, Chad Reed will, it looks like, win this battle, but Carmichael's going to win the war and pick up another #1 plate. Last year in the outdoor season, as we come down to the final moments of this race, Ricky did not lose a single race. Do you think he can do that again this year with the emergence of rookie Chad Reed?
Well, Ricky's pretty dominant outdoors, and I can say that it's not going to be as easy, but I wouldn't have thought he could do it last year either. I mean, Chad Reed has jumped all the way into that corner, all over all those whoops. He's going up on the last lap. He didn't need to do that. He's full of confidence, and with 6 wins in a row, boy, this guy is going to be pretty tough outdoors.
So Chad Reed is on the white flag lap. This is it, the final lap of the final race of this unbelievable Supercross season, number 22. And that was a classy move. The boys from Honda were clapping, saying, well done, Chad, as he celebrates yet another victory, an amazing streak. Ricky Carmichael, however, has the points to take the title, so both men have reason to celebrate tonight.
You know, I really thought that all the fireworks and all the action was going to happen in this 250 race, but it turned out to be a little bit of a yawner where all the crazy things were happening in the 125 class. With Supercross, you just never know. You can set it up, but sometimes it'll just completely go the other way. Chad Reed jumping his way through the whoops. He can afford to just cruise through there this time. You can see all the way back there, Carmichael just now entering the corner.
Well, take off your lens cap, folks. Your winner in the 250 main event, number 22, Chad Reed, and what an amazing streak for that young man. But the winner of the 2000 season will be number 4, RC Ricky Carmichael. He wins the title by 7 points, his 3rd title in a row.
And here he comes riding up to Chad Reed.
And that is a sight to behold. They all congratulate one another. Mike Gosler comes in there, Jeff Stanton. There is a lot of talent in there and a lot of phenomenal riders. But tonight, Ricky Carmichael will celebrate his 3rd Supercross title in a row. For Chad Reed, I have a feeling one of these days a number 1 will be on his plate. But for congratulations to the Team Honda riders and the entire staff. When we return to Las Vegas, we'll have official results from the 250 main. Plus, we'll talk with our winner after this short break. For the AMA Supercross Series and the THQ World Supercross GP. As we take a look at our Honda main results, Chad Reed is your winner in the 250 main, followed by Ricky Carmichael, Ernesto Fonseca, Tim Ferry, and Nick Wade rounding out the top 5. Let's send it down to Cameron Steele.
Well, Chad Reed already crowned the THQ World Supercross World Champion of Supercross. Coming in, you had a 10-point deficit you wanted to make up on Ricky Carmichael. Do you wish, winning tonight, that there was 2 more races, 1 more race to go in the season?
You know, Cameron, you know, you can wish for a lot of things, but I think you can wish in one end and, you know, what out the other. But, you know, it was a great weekend for me. I had, you know, since Daytona, I definitely pulled my season together, and, you know, I'm happy for that. I'm going to carry this momentum into outdoors and you know, try and get on a roll there. You know, to beat Ricky outdoors would mean a lot to me, and, you know, I think that would definitely, you know, be one more step on my behalf to, you know, prove it for me.
Great job. I want to ask you one last thing. You and Ricky now, can you guys be on speaking terms? Is there a wave in the parking lot? You guys seem to have been pretty good together, even at the press conference and everything. You guys still friends?
Yeah, you know, staying with friends, I wouldn't go that far because, you know, we're 2 completely different people, and we aim and we train hard at what we do, and we want the same thing. And when you have 2 people that want the same thing, they don't normally get on. But, you know, we definitely respect each other, and that's all we can do is, you know, put a great show on for the crowd.
Well, thanks for putting on an awesome show this season and the end of the year.
Yeah, thanks, Cameron. I want to thank everybody that was watching Supercross, and it's a shame that it's the last round. I love Supercross a lot, and we'll be back next year.
All right, thank you, Cameron. As we take a look at the Honda Series standings one last time, Ricky Carmichael, your winner of the 250 AMA Supercross Series title. Chad Reed will take 2nd, Fonseca 3rd, and then Nick